Hello, and welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. My name is WW Dadman, but you already know that. This is still the 1.1 pre-release. Now we actually got Scatterer back in, and the thing over here is not a thing anymore, so they fixed that. There's actually an option for that. I don't know how they fixed it, I'm not a programmer. Anyway, this is post-commentary since I totally recorded this without activating my microphone. I had my mic muted. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this down a little bit and do most of the commentary like post. We've got ambient light adjustment working, so that's here. Also, we've got real plumes and planet shine working. Yeah, those are the new mods today. And we are actually gonna go ahead and try whether the big inflatable heat shield works for a Jool probe, and whether Jool still breaks once you actually fall into the atmosphere. So let's load up the stuff here and just take this little ship here over to Jool with the inflatable heat shield. And we're just gonna go ahead and really quickly rip off this part, get a fairing on here, because why not? Fairing, aerodynamics, and get that on here. Build a little fairing up on here. I guess the inflatable heat shield in this cone form would actually be pretty they're pretty low on drag, but do this anyway. Clamshell, why is that not on default also? Who would ever use less than the full injection force? And we're gonna do 2 parts on the fairing and get this on here again and rip off those little boosters because we don't really need them. And then let's go ahead and infinite fuel this over to Jool. Okay. This is the thing on the launch pad. And now you're gonna see the real plumes mod doing its thing. The real plumes mod, what it does, it actually makes the plumes of the engines be more realistic, as in the lower the atmospheric pressure gets, the bigger the plumes get, and the more of a tail of pluming you have behind you. As you see, we're going higher and the plumes start growing bigger. You can't really see that behind the nav ball though. One thing though that I ended up disabling halfway through is the lens flare of the on the sun from the Scatterer mod, because that really isn't really cool, because on map view you get like a huge lens flare in the middle of your screen that fucking covers everything. That doesn't look cool. Anyway, so this launch going pretty neat. As you see, the plume back there getting more broad and less also this still flips, because why not? I have infinite fuel on, so we're not running out of fuel anytime soon. So let's go ahead and jump to fairing separation. Fairing separated, and with that we can actually go ahead and get to a Jool window so we can actually go over. This of course had no problem going into an actual orbit. generally pretty nice flight. So I guess I'll see you at Jool for the first try. Okay, and here we are plummeting into Jool at a high velocity at a very steep angle. We can't actually normal time warp because there is a bug that was in Kerbal Space Program all the way since, yeah, and that blew up, since 1.0.1, where you can't time warp next to Jool while you are lower than 1,000 kilometers. You can't time warp there because the game thinks for some reason that the vessel is under acceleration, which it isn't. But yeah, you can't normally time warp when you're close to Jool. That is a bug that's been in for a long time and that didn't get fixed yet. Anyways, second attempt. We're actually coming in from a low orbit this time. I managed to get my periapsis and apoapsis pretty low, like inside the 1,000 kilometers thing. And like we were at like 900 kilometers for both. And this re-entry actually goes pretty fairly well. We are currently just about to hit atmosphere. And if you look at that, we are here at about 200,000. The heat shield's gonna go ahead and actually get warm this time, but it's not gonna explode. It's not gonna overheat. Generally, I gotta say the atmosphere of Jool here looks a little bit wonky. I don't know what the problem is with that. It's probably mostly that you are not supposed to actually go that far into Jool. In addition to having multiple visual mods installed that produce this kind of thing. That down there, the green mass you see, is volumetric clouds from environmental visual enhancements. Now you see we get re-entry effects, we get some overheating, we even get overheating on a part that should be shielded. I don't know what's happening there. But in general, we go through this and in the end up falling straight down into Jool. And I'm just gonna go ahead and actually give you 10 times time warp for this, because then this actually happens within a reasonable amount of time and you get to see the cool clouds and atmospheric effects that the mods add. Or at least you get to see most of that. Now, if you look through the atmosphere, like sideways from up here, it looks really freaking cool. You've got a lathe over there, like every once in a while blinking up because I'm looking that way. We are falling at next to no speed. Down there we finally reach the layers where the clouds come up. If you look up, the sun slowly gets obscured by the atmosphere. Like, if you look up like that. And now we're about to hit the volumetric clouds under us, which looks really, really cool. Like, this thick green cloud layer really looks awesome. We're about to hit it here. Look at that. Really awesome. In any way, we then kept on falling until we were like 1,500 meters up, where I pulled the chutes, slowing us down at 1,000 meters to like 3 meters per second, so we were literally probably not moving at all, practically. I'm still thinking about whether you could actually make a craft that has enough resistance to air to actually float on Jool. What you see under us, the black area, it kind of looks like that is the black area that slowly crept up on previous probing attempts of Jool, because that's what the surface is supposed to be, but there is no surface, there is no texture for it. However, this time something neat happens. As soon as we hit the thing, and I'm going to normal time here, there's a little glitch, and then we get underwater graphics because we're below sea level. Or what is supposed to be sea level on Jool. It's really weird. By the way, that up there is the sun. I mean, I like that, but then again, we are going to disintegrate once we are 250 meters below sea level on Jool, because the game says we are crashing into Jool. Practically, we didn't crash into Jool because 3 meters per second isn't really crashing, but getting destroyed by heat and pressure is not something the game realizes is a thing. So yeah, Squad just made a death zone there, essentially. This episode took me 1.5 hours to record, and I just condensed that down to a little bit over 11 minutes. So yeah, I guess goes to show how short you can make a video by post-processing it a little bit. In any way, I'd say I'll see you for the next episode. There we explode. And I'm also gonna have to actually commentate those, because I kept recording with a muted mic. Yeah, so anyway, I'll see you there. Till then, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WW Dadman. Bye.